horror is intriguing as hell to me. I have loved horror games like this, and this, and this, for years. Silent Hill franchise, some of the Resident Evil games can be pretty scary. But, I think we need to talk about something different. What happens when horror is censored, when media is censored, and the government regime behind the censorship of a game that I just finished yesterday, actually, when I'm recording this. I had to do it in a way that I didn't want to do it. I had to pirate this game, Devotion. Let's talk about Devotion a little bit. By the way, warning, there's going to be some jump scares, there's going to be some horror, but I think if you stick with this video, you'll find something intriguing. Devotion is an interesting horror game. It's the most scared I've been in a while. It's kind of in that same vein as like PT and like Outlast and shit like that. But it tells a kind of deep story. It's actually pretty fucking depressing by the end of it. The game was made by Red Candle Games. Red Candle Games has made Detention and Devotion. Both of them are inspired by the kind of world they live in, the Taiwanese past. Both of them kind of set in the White Terror era of Taiwan's history, which, if you know anything, is when China basically had control of Taiwan and did some pretty horrific shit. I would actually recommend playing Detention and playing through Devotion, if you have a chance, to experience kind of a plot sort of a story they tell within those worlds. Now, of course, this kind of thing isn't for everybody. It's rare that you see, like, this level of horror. Silent Hill used to be in that kind of way, that kind of vein of just kind of showing horrific shit. But of course, Silent Hill in the last, ever since 2004, actually, hasn't really been good with that. Because it's been made by people who don't understand horror in general. Detention was pretty great. It was this 2D side-scrolling game. It's pretty fucked up. But it's also kind of heartwarming. It also has a Netflix series, which I haven't watched yet, but I'm going to, because I just watched Sweet Home. That show was fucking great. Different. Not the point. Not the point. Devotion is this first-person kind of PT-style horror game. It is fucking mind-blowing visually. I'm gonna put some of the jump scares in here, but I'm gonna show you how good this game fucking looks. Just watch this. And it tells an incredibly depressing fucking story, with the main character's daughter having been sick with some sort of illness, possibly mental, the main character being this failed writer, the mother being this former, like, famous star in Taiwan, and it kind of shows just the breakdown of a family unit. And it does it very well. It's fucking horrifying and depressing. And you feel for the characters. You even feel for some of the side characters and some other stuff that happens in the plot. I'm not going to spoil it fully. I just kind of touched on what I needed to there. But it's fucking insane. It's brutal. It's amazing. However, because the game came out in 2019 and you can't find it on Steam, GOG, any other platform, you might be wondering how I played it. Sadly, I had to go on a fucking website. I had to go torrent it. I had to go download it illegally because of what we're going to talk about next. Now, the game was reviewed incredibly well when it launched. It launched to amazing reviews on Steam. Pretty well acclaimed, actually. At one point, it was overwhelmingly positive via Steam reviews. However, because someone had found a talisman in one of the game's walls that contained the words, Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh, your mother is a moron. And because of that, which was originally just a placeholder piece of art, they had said, because they threw around placeholder art, that happens a lot with video games, they decided, and by they I mean the absurd Chinese fans who take any insult to Xi Jinping, who pictured right here, looks like Winnie the Pooh, they took that as an insult to China itself. And we're going to talk about Xi Jinping in a minute here because I have some opinions on him. They had harassed the developers who were not expecting it. They had shifted the overwhelmingly positive reviews over to overwhelmingly negative. Red Candle had patched out that art, put a Happy New Year talisman there instead, but it didn't really stop anything. The game, which had launched on February 19th, 2019, was eventually delisted on February 23rd from Steam, being cited by Red Candle as saying that technical issues, and I wanted to make sure that there were no other, Easter eggs or anything like that. But it was kind of too late. The game was seen as a criticism of China, which aspects I can see, but it's a stretch. And publishers IndieVent and Winking Skywalker, I've never heard of them, had cut ties with Red Candle Games and had basically made them liable for any losses they would have because of what was happening. In the middle of 2019, China had revoked the license of IndieVent to do anything because of the events of what happened, and Red Candle had apologized because of what had happened. And they had also said there was no plans in the near future, which would be seemingly, till the end of this year. We'll get to that. They weren't going to release the game for a little while to hope that people would rationally accept the game, which we'll get to that in a minute. Taiwan's Vice Premier Chin Chi Mai had said that the game's Easter egg was a good sign. He said, only in countries with democracy and freedom can creation be free from restrictions. Which he's right. Red Candle's Weibo account was blocked and locked in China, and any posts with devotion had hundreds of millions of views before the controversy were hidden by Chinese censors. And of course, this raised concern about Steam coming to China, which is technically not there yet, but has apparently 30 million users from China, which is a fucking lot. It's a lot. Xi Jinping is the current leader and president of China, who notably also removed term limits for himself. So he's going to be the next fucking Mao. If you know anything about Chinese history, you know that's not a great fucking idea. You also have the fact that he does not like being compared to Disney character Winnie the Pooh. Now, it doesn't even fully look like an apt comparison. However, because he hates it so much, Everyone keeps making the joke. Everyone. He cannot stand Winnie the Pooh, to the point where the film Christopher Robin, which is a great film, you should go watch it, was not allowed classification in China at all. And for games like Kingdom Hearts 3, any promotional material with Winnie the Pooh, I'm not entirely sure if the game has Winnie the Pooh issues, but any marketing with it, like right here, no Winnie. Winnie's blurred out by a blinding light. Let's also not forget that under Xi Jinping's current reign, a whole group of people known as the Uyghurs have been prosecuted and essentially put in internment camps in a way that we haven't seen since the 1940s. And if you know what happened in the 1940s, you understand why that's not such a good thing. In the long term, China has committed more crimes than anyone else has in a recent time, and Xi Jinping is a cult of personality kind of person. I'm going to recommend a few links down below to talk about why Xi Jinping is a total fucking scumbag, because that's not entirely my get-up, my MO, as it were. But the fact alone that a company can't criticize a leader, a world leader, in a country they're not even in, and the fact that they get so much shit for doing it, is fucking absurd. You know, we live in a world where we should be able to criticize world leaders. I don't think it's an absurd thing to say. You can criticize Donald Trump, you can criticize Barack Obama, you can criticize anyone you want. In China, that becomes a whole different thing. You can't criticize the party, you can't criticize all that. That's been going on for decades. I mean, obviously it's been going on for decades. But the fact that it's so absurd that somebody wrote a little thing on a piece of art in a game, and they have to fucking deal with this kind of shit. It's absurd. It's mind-blowing. Another thing I want to go back to is the game itself. The only way you can currently get a hold of it is two different ways. You could have gotten a physical edition, which was only in Taiwan, which is a very cool-looking collector's edition. If I would have known about it at the time, I would have imported it. I'm not going to lie here. I would have imported it. The way I had to do it, because you can't buy it digitally on Steam at all, unless you had a copy of it beforehand, you could download it, you can't buy it. So I had to do the one thing I don't really like doing for games I'm excited for. I had to go on a torrent site, torrent it, grab the magnet link, stick it in Qbit torrent, and I had to download it. I don't like doing that. I don't want to have to do that for a game I think is actually really fucking great. It's the only game that's scared me in a fucking little while. And I had to go and steal it, which is not something I ever wanted to do, not something I planned to do, but I fucking had to. Because the criticism behind this game, from, you know, essentially crazed people in a foreign country, delisted it from Steam, and originally on December 16th, we were announced that, hey, we're going to get this on GOG, which is a great platform. I bought many games on there, but I just can't get on Steam, like Silent Hill 4 recently. They're like, hey, we're going to put this on GOG. And I was excited. I was going to fucking pay money for it. I was, you know, hey, I can finally do a video that I've wanted to do on it. And then, same day, GOG tweeted, hey, we've heard criticism from gamers. Nope, we ain't selling it. Which upset me. I like CD Projekt. I even like Cyberpunk. But the fact that they chickened out because of criticism from people who have probably never even played the game, it's just fucking disappointing. It's an interesting fucking horror game. It's actually fucking scary, which you don't get a lot of these days, by the way. You don't get a lot of. And instead, we're forced to, if we want to play it, if we want to try this game, which is a great fucking experience, we gotta go on a torrent site and download it that way instead of giving the developers the money they deserve. It's disappointing. I have not reached out to Red Candle Games. I thought about shooting them an email about all this, but I'll say this: if you can, go pick up Detention. It's sometimes on sale in the big sales. I think it's currently on sale now. It's in my background here if you're watching the video. Give it a try. It's on Switch. I think it's on Xbox, PS4. It's on Steam. Give it a try. The fact that we can't play one of their games, which is an amazing fucking game, is disappointing. But Detention's really great, so give it a try. I played it on the Switch. I liked it. So, I don't really have a positive ending to this video. I really don't. All I can say is, if you like horror games, if you like games like this, give it a fucking try, because it's amazing. But if it becomes legal to purchase, buy it. If it doesn't anytime soon, that's all I'm gonna say. With that, I'm gonna roll the Patreon outro. Thank you. Have a good night, people. I will see you in the next video. Tell me how you like this format change, because it's the first time I'm on camera for a main video. I might do more of it. It just took a long time to get my hair looking moderately decent. So if you like this, hit like, subscribe, etc., etc. More videos coming soon. I'm also hopefully going to pull up the second channel and upload all of my gameplay clips of me playing Devotion. I just haven't done it yet, so if you'd like to, it'll be down below when I finally finish it. I promise. Take it easy, folks. Have a good night. Go to have a Discord link down below as well if you want to join the Discord. Alright, take it easy. I'll see you in Patreon outro. Alright, folks. Welcome to Patreon outro. Again, if you want to donate to me on Patreon, there'll be a link in the description. There's also going to be a description right there in the end card. At our $10 tier, we have Pumpkin Spices, Some Jackass, Annie, and Amaret. And in our $1 tier, we have Charlie, Kim W, Josh Boyles, and K. Shay. Again, I'm doing a lot of crazy shit this year. I think it's going to be an interesting year. If you want, please go donate. Come on, take a look, see what's going on. With that, you know, I talked about some of the stuff in me a little bit I did a minute ago. But I think 2021 is going to be our year. My goal is 100K. I think we're going to get it. I think we are going to get it this year, folks. Anyway, take it easy. Be safe. I will see you next time. I will also, for patrons, if you're listening to this, I'm going to stream the Onision documentary thing as that comes out. So that'll be on Twitch, because I don't think YouTube will let me do that. But I've seen some people stream some Discovery stuff on Twitch, and they seem to be fine. So I'm gonna attempt that. Anyway, take it easy, folks. Have a good one. I will see you this year.